Hello class. Today we begin our new curriculum, which is all new material. And what we've been looking at over the last 4 weeks is we've been dealing with review material, and I will kind of put some questions on a test that reflect some of those questions as well. So just kind of be prepared for that. If you have not gone over that information, you might want to do so. It's all found in Classroom. So this is like I said, our first lesson, and it's going to be over fraction to decimals. And this one is a very simple lesson, but it is a very important concept that you need. Now you will need a calculator for this lesson. So there's several calculators that you can use. If you have your phone, you can use your phone calculator. It will work just fine. If you're using your Chromebook, you could just type into your Omnibar calculator, and this calculator here will come up. Or use some of the ones that we've talked about. I've sent 2 calculators via Classroom to you that you could use, and either one of those will work just fine. So let's go to this lesson. First question I have for you today is, how do you change a fraction to a decimal? So if I were to give you a fraction such as 1/2, how would you go about changing that to a decimal? Well, what you need to remember is this is a math problem. It's not just a fraction, it's a math problem. I mean, if you think about our division symbol with dot, bar, dot, that is our fraction. And so our fraction means to divide. And this really is just 1 divided by 2. So you would come over to the side, or you would go to your calculator, and you would do 1 divided by 2. And if we did this by hand, we would do 2 goes into 1. Well, it doesn't. It goes 0 times. So we add a decimal. We bring our decimal up, and we add a 0. And then we do 2 goes into 10, which goes 5 times. We multiply. 5 times 2 is 10, and we get a remainder of 0. So that tells us that this kind of a decimal right here is what we call a terminating decimal. A terminating decimal is a decimal that stops, that it doesn't keep going. So we would know 1/2 is equal to 0.5. Now you could also go to your calculator and do the same thing. 1 divided by 2, hit equals, and you get the same answer, 0.5. So we'll be going back and forth to that calculator. So if I were to give you another type of fraction, let's say I gave you 3/5, right? Well, that's kind of a horrible 5 there. Let me redo that one. 3 divided by 5. Well, we'd go to our calculator then. We'd do the same thing. 3 divided by 5. We'd come up with 0.6 as our answer. So 0.6. Well, what if I gave you something like, let's say 3/8. And we may end up doing some of these later, so just kind of be prepared for that. So what if I gave you 3/8? Well, 3/8 is not necessarily the easiest one. So 3 divided by 8. And you get a little bit longer of an answer, 0.375. So 0.375. And that's all there is to change a fraction to a decimal. It's just simply divide. That's all that fraction says to do. So that's really all I want you to do in this particular lesson. So what are the 2 types of decimals that you can have? Well, the ones that we have right here, these are all what we call terminating decimals. Terminating decimals are ones that stop. Terminating decimals. Well, there's another type that we need to understand as well called repeating decimals. And we've talked about all that before, so it's not anything new to you. And a repeating decimal means either a digit or a series of digits will repeat. So let's take a look at some decimals then. A couple of these are, one of these is a terminating, and 2 of them are repeating decimals. So if we were to go to our calculator and type in 3/4, 3 divided by 4, we would find out that its answer is 0.75. So 0.75. But if I do 1/3, well, 1/3 is a little bit different. 1 divided by 3 equals a whole bunch of 3s. So this is an example of a repeating decimal. So now we've got to make sure that we understand how to write it. So to write a repeating decimal, you write the number that repeats 1 time, and you put a bar on it. That's all you got to do. Just the number that repeats, and put a bar on it. Now, if we do 2/11, 2 divided by 11, this one's going to give us kind of an interesting answer. This one is also a repeating decimal, but it gives us 2 digits that are repeating. 0.1818181818. Okay, 1, and then this one right here, typically this is a calculator that does not have rounding error. Normally this one would be a 2 because it's going to round based on the next number. And the next number should have been an 8. Okay, so this one right here rounds or is a repeating decimal as 0.18. So that's how we would write that. We would write the thing that repeats. In this particular case, it's the 1 and the 8, and you'd put a bar over both of those. Okay. Now there are some other decimals that we'll talk about in a later lesson that only part of the decimal will repeat. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking towards next week, is how do I turn any kind of a repeating decimal into a fraction. So what I'm going to have you do today is this assignment, because it is new curriculum, they are going to get to be a little longer. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to receive a paper that's like this. Okay, now if you are doing this stuff online, then you'll do this through the assignment that I will send you through Google Classroom. And there's a form that you're going to fill out. And you'll notice this is multiple choice. So you'll take this fraction right here, you'll type it into the calculator, and you will look for the decimal equivalent over here. And now it goes on down. There's 23 of them that I want you to do. But I want you to determine what are the fraction to decimal equivalents. Okay? So all you're going to do, you don't have to print out the form or anything in the form itself. All you're going to be doing is on question number 1, you'll put in the letter of your answer choice. On question number 2, you'll put in the letter of your answer choice, and so on and so forth. All right? So you will see a copy of the assignment. Okay? You will see a link to this video that you're watching right now, and you will see a link to the form, okay, that will be done in an assignment. All right? So if there are any questions, just please feel free to email me. I'll be more than happy to get back with you. So that's how you change a fraction to a decimal. All you have to remember is top in, bottom out. Until next time.